Okay, we're back here drawing again. A part two to this video. This night road that I was working on. Here I'm just trying to draw the foliage because there's gonna be like bushes here off to the side of the road. I don't know if this is like a bridge or an overpass with building like a building on top of it or a road above it. But I figured I'd just draw these bushes to give it more depth and the lighting. And it's always fun to play with the colors here because then you can like show like that little light in the bottom is like glaring off, and you see some of the bushes are lit up more. And then like trying to make sure that you don't overdo it to where it look natural. So you go from like your highs to your lows, your lights to your darks. Just trying to get like a definition out of it. I'm jumping around the layers, as you can see. I get confused sometimes between my layers. Even though I name my layers, I still get confused between my layers. Trying to fill in those gaps. Um, I guess this would be the equivalent of dry brushing if you're painting with oils or acrylics. Just trying to get those darks in there, and that's what I'm doing. And then I got bored with that, so I jumped back to the other side, and I got bored with that. As you'll see, I'll jump back and forth because my brain just gets tired looking at one spot for a long time. So I'm trying to focus more on the line of the rails, give it more shadow, not too much. And then I realized my whole screen was like out of whack, so I had to like zoom in a little bit more. And then here I'm just drawing the backlight for the wall. It's supposed to be a wall, and it has like foliage growing off the wall. And then there's like light posts. Those are the light posts right there. I'm putting down the light. And so the whole wall is gonna be like most of it's gonna be like foliage. And here's like the rocks that are going up the wall as well. And I'm just trying to add more shadows to that as well. I'm just playing with shadows and lights, trying to see what works. um, just to make it as subtle as possible, so that it doesn't really take away from the drawing. Like you're not focused too much on it, but you understand what it is to a point. And then trying to draw those, rocks and the lights that's bouncing off of that, and then trying to make the pavement and the street more grimy and shadowy and gritty, and it's just a work. It really is. And the street light reflection from the pink lights over there to the little white light right there in between. I'm just like jumping all around. I'm just like, where do I go? Where do I go? Do I go over here? Do I go over there? I'm just so like over it because, like I said, you spend hours on these drawings, you tend to start hating them the more you look at them. And this was another like 5 hour drawing session, almost about 4:46, 4:48, somewhere around there, almost 5 hours. And this is me trying to adjust the street because I didn't like the way it was like leveled. And then I was getting frustrated with that as well. I was like, oh, do I have to really draw the whole street again? Now I'll mess with it later, or I'll work around it. I kept trying to draw that curve where it's like representing the streets going at a curve. So I gotta draw more rocks, and as you see, I'm doing it right there. I'm pretty sure there's easier ways to do all of this, but this is the way I do it. I just like work with the colors and smush them around, play with them, and overlap them, and I'm just going for it. Like it's just the way I do it. Maybe other people do it easier, like they put a gradient down from dark to light and throw some two-tone colors over it. But I literally go in there and do it all by hand. Um, I don't know, because I guess something's wrong with me or something. I don't know. And then just trying to draw more of the rock. I got bored of that, so I flipped over to the other side of the street. And now where am I going now? Adding foliage and brush uh to the other side of the street of the guardrail, trying to get those reflections of the light as if the light was, being reflected off the side of the street. That's the guardrail. The guardrail can't even freaking speak. It's the guardrail and another light right there. Um, I could work more on that guardrail. I kind of look the way the shape of it is. I'm still kind of debating on the shape. Um, like that gray part's supposed to be a sidewalk, so it's like you can see the perspective of what you're looking at. Like as if someone's driving down the road. This is what you see. And then the buildings. I don't know what to do with these buildings. I'm just like, I'm drawing more of the rock on the wall right there, and then I started doing the building. I was like, oh, let me just do some of the building now and shave this off. I was all over the place. I didn't know what to do. Then I started looking at the street light again. That's supposed to be a two-way, like one's going one way, one's going another. And I'm trying to draw more shadows to the street. It's a whole process, man. Like to make it look somewhat realistic. Then I'm drawing the guardrail that separates the two paths that you take, as if you were going one way and the other car was coming the other way. And as you can see, that's what I'm doing right now, drawing that rail. And yeah, that's what I'm doing. Once again, there's no rhyme or reason to this. I'm just trying things out, seeing what works. Of course, all this detail doesn't even matter because when you zoom out, it's so tiny, anyways. But I think if you just do your best to make it look like it's something, your eye could recognize it from afar. That's what I'm doing right there. Trying to make the rails and all that like they're curved at an angle. And then that little pink square would be like the arrow direction of where to turn. And in case you don't go through the wrong side of the road, then you hit incoming traffic or something. And I got bored with that, so I jumped to the buildings in the background, and then I started playing with those. And believe it or not, like this whole drawing's got like a pinkish theme to it, grayish pinkish color to it, with the buildings being blue in the back. Like I'm really debating I should change the color of everything. I'm kind of getting sick of the pink already. So maybe in the next video I'll change the whole entire drawing to a different color. I don't care. It's like I get sick of color real fast. Like if I work on something for a while, I get sick of it. So I might change this whole pink to something else. We'll see. And I gotta work on that building more. I'm noticing mistakes I made on that building already. I you just tell there's lines I gotta fix better on that building. But anyways, just trying to make a building with some style on it. Give it an LED board on top. Make it stand out in the background. Weird patterns. Whatever. Doesn't have to be perfect or fancy. Just as far as your eye could tell. Oh, that's something up there. The back. That's lit up. That's what I was doing. There's that giant LED board on top of that building. Who knows? Maybe it's an apartment building. Maybe it's a business building. We don't know. It's just a building. Um, yeah, I gotta work on that part right there. I don't really like it. And more darks because we're not trying to We're not trying to focus too much on this building. It's supposed to be out in the back. Then I draw another building over it. Some rails. Maybe people could walk on that edge right there and like look down at the road. So you kind of get this perspective of like that's a rail where people walk, and that building's like way far. That blue building's way out there in the back, like super far away. I might take down those lights on that rail. I kind of don't like it. It's kind of distracting me at this point. But I left them for this video, and then I started drawing more silhouettes in the back for more of the buildings. Just trying to get more patterns in. And there's probably smarter ways to draw these buildings as well. But once again, I'm just doing it all freehand. I'm not drawing any grids or anything and laying down horizon lines and like I'm just going freehand with all this or whatever. And maybe that's the bad way to go about it, but I don't really care. I'm not trying to make a perfect, you know, geometry out of this. Just filling in spots, a lot of darks, breaking it down, and just shaved off the edges, give it that cool little design. And then trying to like flatten out these edges over here, see what other style of buildings I can make. More silhouettes, having fun with it, just going for it. A lot of blacks. That could be like that wall right there where the lights are. That's probably like maybe like 30 feet up or something, or probably higher. And the darkness, the wall, because it's supposed to be at nighttime, obviously. Well, the sun's going down, I guess, because there's still light blue sky. I might change this. I might change the color of the sky. I might change the light on the road. I might change the whole look of it because I'm kind of getting sick of the freaking pink. It's just too much in my head already. Then here's more of a silhouette of a building, and I just thought like it would be cool to just draw like a crane up there with it. So now I'm attempting to draw a silhouette of a crane, and not nothing like too perfect, just off the top of my head. Like it doesn't have to be like super like accurate, but as long as your brain can see what it is, then like I'm drawing some lights on the crane. And there you go, some lights. Hopefully that represents it. And there's some cables, holding it together. A little square in the bottom, little box cart where people probably stand or something. Operate the crane. And yeah, there you go. I don't know if I don't know if that's good enough, but it's good enough for me. Um, other building. This one I drew crooked, so you'll see me fix it in a little bit. Like I drew this one crooked, and I don't know where I was going with this one. I was trying to get all fancy again with the cuts, and then I ended up scrapping that idea and just making it flat. But you'll see that right now. Like I said, I'm trying to make this sound way more exciting than it actually is. Maybe it's not. I don't know. If you're watching, that's cool. Um, yes, I'm just drawing more blues, and then trying to make it as dark as possible. I don't want to make it too light. I want it just to be in the background, subtle enough to where you recognize that it's a building, but at the same time you're not too focused on it. I'm trying to draw the edge of the wall, and yeah, that building's so crooked. I'll fix it right now. Looks like the Leaning Tower of Pisa or something. Pisa is how you say it. And then like there's some more bushes that added to the foreground. I just got away from the bush. Almost saw it. I'm shaving off that side. There it is. I'm like, trying to fix it. It's like it looks terrible. It still looks crooked. I think I fixed it again. I scrapped the idea of the edges. I got sick of it. Just drew a flat, straight building. Not trying to go too fancy with it. Then I just thought maybe I'll draw another building in front of it, square, and silhouettes of tinier little parts of buildings in the background. Then I'll draw a building in front of that with a design. But just trying to keep it as dark as possible to where it's not that noticeable. And then there's that little pattern I was working on. And then I was like, oh, let me line it up a little bit so you could see it better. So that's what I was doing. I was lining it up. It can be anything. It could be windows. Those little black line strips could be windows of a building. It could be whatever. And then I was, you know, working with that, looking at the street, zooming back out. And I said, well, I'll stretch it out more. So I added, made it a little bit longer and darker, as you could see. And then, oh yeah, that's why I straightened the building. I was like, I gotta straighten this building. It's just too crooked. There you go. I think I'm gonna straighten it right there. Yeah, I straightened those buildings out more. There you go. They're just so crooked. I straightened that out as well. And then, adding more to it. I don't know if this is like, I don't know if you guys understand what I'm trying to do, but I'm trying my best to explain it. And I'm just like adding more shadows and lights to it. And, darkening it up a little more. I decided to just like cover it straight, not get all fancy with it. Make it a little bit longer. And, smooth it out more. And then, I wanted to draw a building in front of it, a little small one. And this one is way more closer to the wall, and it kind of has the same color pattern as the wall and the street lights. So this is a small little tiny building in front of it, and I'm just drawing the shadows of it and all that, and try to make it look nice, not too subtle. As you can see, the trees are in front of it, and the bushes of the trees and all that. So a little bit more light. It's all about lights and darks. It's all I'm playing with. Try to make a little design on the side. And then there's the building, a little small one. And then I worked on the back again, on the one behind it. Touched up those windows. Um, there you go. Made more of a silhouette out of that. Added more rails to that side. And that'd be the wall again. I'm gonna make that wall like really dark and put more foliage over it. And here's like the wall of the shadows and the lights coming down. So I'm just trying to make those grids, lighting, more lights to it, and trying to do as much wash as I can with the colors. Like I said, none of this looks perfect. None of these lines are straight or accurate. It's just all going with the flow. And then yeah, it's the lighting of the wall, and the lights. Just trying to get a nice little gradient going there, and just to give it some depth. And yeah, I don't know. We're getting close to the end of the video, so there'll probably be a part two. I mean, a part three to this. This is part two, and maybe a part four. Who knows? Depending on how much more I want to keep going with this drawing. But yeah, I'm gonna let it play out, and thanks for watching.